Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Anime Cult episode. I think it's 10. To many people,
10?
surprising that I think it's 10. Yeah, no, we're not far. If that's what you're like, that's
Bro, we've
it.
been doing this for like a year.
Over.
We've only got like 10 episodes out. Fuck, God.
I'm gonna go
Okay, I'm
look real
sorry.
quick. I'm gonna go
Continue
look
your
real quick.
intro. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no,
That
it's
just...
yeah. Episode 9 was the last episode, and that was Dan to Dan.
Can you imagine if this was our job or something? That would be fucking despicable.
That is why there is no that's why there's no Patreon. Let's see, it's been July, August, November. Yeah, 5 months. We're like 5 months, literally to the day off by 1 day. Our last episode went live on June 16th. We are recording this on November 17th. We're 5 months to the day and then some since our last episode.
Guys,
Do you remember
our commitment to the bit
Do
needs
you remember
some
what we
work.
said last time? It won't happen again. We're not going to take that long to do this again. Fucking same thing happens every time. Every single time.
To the one dude on
we just
Reddit
got
who
to say
posted-
the next one's going to be in 6 months, and then anything
Yeah,
before that
and
is
then
like,
when it comes out quicker, we could be like, see, we're committed. We did it.
There's one dude who posted on our subreddit like this week that was like, no, there was a post from a couple weeks ago. It's like, is this podcast still alive? And somebody in the
Hell yeah,
response
brother.
is like, it's been dead. It's been dead for a while. So do you? Fuck you, brother. Well, you were wrong.
No.
We're still here.
look, if it ever
We're still
actually
here.
dies, we will announce that we're done. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Just
No, we just want to talk about anime. And sometimes shit just happens, and then
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
just kind of one thing after another. So, and
three,
we're going to talk about one of
grown
the
people above the age of 30 is not
Yeah.
the not
In
the
totally
ideal.
different time zones.
Yeah,
Totally.
in the 3 worst time zones on planet Earth.
Oh God, yeah, that's fun. I'm up this late anyway. My sleep schedule's so fucked; it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I could do a lot later as well, but I think that would be even worse for you guys. Like Mathis would be getting
At that
up
point,
like,
I might as well go to sleep and wake
Yeah.
up for like this because it's 3 a.m. now for me, 3:20.
right.
But like doesn't bother. Like I don't know. I'm up till 5 a.m. usually every day. Like my sleep schedule's fucked. Anyway, welcome back to the show, everybody. Hey Dodger, hey Indy, welcome back.
Hey, homie.
I missed you guys. I missed talking about anime. I think it was Dodger said, I miss us
Yeah.
in the chat after about like 2 months of just like
yeah.
chaos. And what an episode to have spent 5 months away to come back and talk about. Because this was the Evangelion episode. I'm not gonna say was, because it's still very much is that show we're talking about. Whether they remember much or not, we'll find out.
And like I think was the last one that we did Ore Monogatari, the my
No.
love story.
Dan to Dan.
Oh, Dan to Dan.
Was
Because
it?
I was
Yeah.
gonna say
My love
when
story
we-
was the one episode 8.
when we did my love
Mm.
story.
Mhm.
It felt like the stakes were a bit lower for everyone to kind of forget what was going on. The
Yeah.
stakes feel really high for me to be like, I mean, I think I remember everything.
Don't you worry. I've got my Evangelion pants on today.
I figured you could
it's-
help.
So before we do what we always do, I'm curious what your histories are with Ava. I think we've talked about it in a few episodes before, but Dodger, why don't you just tell us what your history with this series is?
I read the manga.
When? Like how long ago? Because that came out
May-
a long time ago now.
maybe like 9 years ago.
Okay. Yeah.
I read
so
the manga, which
So
I believe
around episode
or-
6 of our podcast.
right.
Yeah. Right. We were young, excited.
Right. Yeah. Because the order of operations was the anime came out, and
Mhm.
then the manga, and then the movies, I believe.
That's
Yeah, the
super
anime was
weird.
1996 was the anime. And then the manga, was way later, and I don't know what they changed about it, which was I'm curious if we'll even figure out what they changed. We'll find out. But yeah. So the manga's how you and then what'd you think when did you read through the whole thing? Did you like it?
I did read through the whole thing because I used to be on kind of the manga version of this with a good friend of mine, Erin. She and I did Manga Pod, where we
I
would
remember
read
that. I
all
watched
or
quite a few
part of a
episodes.
manga. Yeah. And so she and her sister were very into Evangelion, and we read the whole manga of it. And at the time I was like, this is crazy because this is my first entrance to Evangelion, which I think is kind of rare. I think most people watch the anime first, or
Yeah, I think so.
when the movies came out, people got reinterested, right? So yeah, the manga's all I had going for me
Did you like it?
walking into this.
Do you remember liking
Did
it? Because
the
like Ava,
manga?
I feel like hits.
Hmm.
People either really love it or people are like, yeah, I don't like Ava very much.
Oh no.
Which is
Uh,
fine. I'm just curious. I'm very curious.
the things that, and we could obviously, we will be talking about
Oh
this,
yeah.
but the things that I found frustrating about the anime were not in the manga, I think because
Okay.
they are paced very differently.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm
So,
curious. Yeah, I'm curious what that's gonna be like. Yeah, but we'll get to that. So then Indy, what about you? What's your history with this? With Ava?
I have
None? You just
no history. My
did you
brother,
know about it?
yeah, my brother loves it. And then
Like
obviously I
everybody
have
knows somebody like that.
yeah, like, and I know a few people that really love it, like to the point of like having tattoos of it on them.
Mm.
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean that was it. I've never looked up anything. I didn't even know the manga came out after the anime. That's super absurd to me. Like to base to base like a
Yeah.
manga on anime is so weird to me. But I guess it was just different back then. So this was it was as blind as you can get as an adult in the year 2025 going into Eva. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited. We all come from such different areas for work. Because for me, it was a high school thing. Ava, I think, has a lot. It's like very impactful from me because I just saw it at such a young age. I was
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was 14. I was like in 10th grade. I'm in a Catholic high school, mind you, and there's an anime club, and it was like a senior dude who was running the anime club, and I went to it like mid-year when I finally joined, and they were midway through Evangelion. And the
Oh
only anime I
God.
had ever seen since then was DBZ and Sailor Moon.
Hell
That
yeah,
was it,
brother.
because that was on fucking, whatever show's on. So, and it was, I'll never forget, because the episode Shinji is trapped in that black orb angel, and he's
Yeah.
like, has to like rip his way out. And that shit like opened my third eye. I like something about that. I was like, anime can be this. And it was back in the day when it was on VHS tapes and you could only get it at places like Suncoast. And
Suncoast.
Suncoast,
Yeah.
and the VHS had 2 episodes on it. That's it. And they couldn't even guarantee you'd have it dubbed, and it was $50 for a VHS tape, $50 a pop. And I would get about 2 a year from like Christmas. And I built that fucking collection over the course of like a couple of years or whatever. But that was like, it was weird. And then I remember it came to Adult Swim, which is when I think it hit mainstream for the first time. And after that, it was just like they just like became kind of like very, very popular. Yeah. So I love it, but I don't know. I love it better because it was hit me at a time where I feel like any anime that was weird at that time that would have hit me, I think I would have loved. That's why Serial Experiments Lane also sticks with me. That's another
Sure.
bizarre one.
But
So,
I can
yeah.
definitely see, given what the story is and the perspective of the story, I can imagine being a teen and watching that and really connecting with the themes as well. Like just, being like, whoa, this is so crazy and surreal and strange, but also like, God, this dude's so lonely. And,
So
like,
that's like, I think my biggest change is like, as an adult, Shinji is objectively a bad kid. Like, for the most, he's traumatized and he's very lonely, but a lot of it is poor coping mechanisms. And the hospital scene at the end and all that shit is like
Sure.
peak, like just dickhead maneuver. But as a kid, I didn't see that depth, and I very much was like, I felt that with Shinji. I'm like, I'm lonely. I feel like I don't have anybody because you're the weird kid before anime's popular. So I connected with that aspect of it. But watching it back now, God, Shinji is rough. He's a rough
I mean,
character.
God,
I mean, his
all
father's
of
a
the
shithead too. But
characters.
yeah.
All of the characters have at least one moment where I'm like, buddy. Like you can I think the story does do a really good job of showing like the depth and the layers and the dimensions of all of the characters. So you can be like, I get where this is coming from, but also you gotta stop.
It's a lot. This is like,
It's a lot.
you've got to stop. There's such fascinating Christian Catholic imagery used though, and especially with its lore and stuff, which I really enjoy. It's very funky. I guess we should start at the very top, like the pitch of the show. If nobody's, you're watching this, you don't know what this is. The idea is this young 16-year-old high school kid named Shinji, who is, was he, I can't remember, was he living with his mother before this or no? I think he was on his own. He was like in a boarding school because his mom died when he was young.
His mom
Yeah.
died and he was on his own, yeah.
And he gets called to a city by his dad, who's kind of just disappeared, to essentially pilot a robot suit to save the world from giant kaiju. Like, that is the surface level pitch of what Eva is. And it immediately becomes something way more fucked up right out of episode 1, because in episode 1, you kind of get this back and forth between him and his dad. He's standing there on that balcony, if you remember. He gets brought in by Misato, a major character.
Yeah, brother.
Kind of, yeah. Misato, I love Misato is a fucking great character.
She's probably my favorite character in this whole series.
She's fucked up and a drunk, but like a good-hearted person. Like, she's like one of the few. Asuka too. I love Asuka. Like, she's one of my favorite of the. She's my favorite of the kids. But anyway, yeah. So Shinji gets a call from his dad. He's going to go work with him on this shit that he doesn't really know what it is right away. He gets picked up in this car by this purple-haired woman named Misato, who is basically fucking like one of the higher-ranking members of the company he works for, known as Nerve. I forget what her rank is really. It's like general. It's like an army rank, if I remember correctly. And
she's high enough that she runs the whole shit at a certain point in the story.
Yes. Yeah. She's badass. She picks him up, and as she's picking him up, the city is being immediately starts getting attacked by this giant monster that has kind of like a bird skull, I guess is the best way to put it, and this giant torso that is just kind of just human shaped for the most part. It's got gangly arms and like long legs. And it is just dragging its way through Neo Tokyo, I believe is the name of it. And the whole way there, she's basically just running him down about he's going to be there to help save the world. You're going to pilot a robot and his dad.
Tokyo 2.
Tokyo 2, that's what it is.
Neo Tokyo is Sailor Moon.
Fuck. Damn it.
I was like, wait a minute.
Up, and now I'm thinking about it. And you get this back and forth. I don't want to detail every episode. That's my issue. I'm going to get bogged down in details. He gets there. He has this back and forth with his dad. It implies a lot of trauma. Dad abandoned him. He's like yelling at his dad, why now? And his dad's like, get in the Eva, Shinji. Get in the Eva, Shinji. And when he says no, so they wheel out this girl who's all bandaged and blue-haired. Her name is Rei, one of the main 3 kids of the show. And he's like, I'm going to shove this girl on the robot if you won't do it. And she will probably die, but that's your fault. So he guilt trips her, and Shinji's like, fine, I'll do it. And so they plug him into this robot via this pill-shaped thing that kind of goes in the back of the giant robot and one of where the vertebrae would be. And as he goes in there, this little thing gets filled with liquid called LCL that allows him to breathe. And he's just like, it's for your brain waves, deal with it. And he very quickly finds out that this robot, as he's fighting this angel, what they're called angels, this thing out on the city, he doesn't know how to fight. He doesn't know how to control it. He also quickly learns he also feels the pain the robot feels. And it immediately becomes apparent there's flesh of some kind under that robot because the angel breaks the thing's arm and like liquid spews out of it. And Shinji realizes his arm is broken. And then he blacks out. End of episode 1. And that's kind of the pitch. That's like the hook for, I think, the show. And it's because it immediately slows down. I'm curious how you enjoyed just the first episode and the opening of it and your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean,
do you remember it after sparking your memory?
Yeah. I'm glad you gave a little bit of a rundown there. But I mean, I remember I've got notes, and the first note is Shinji is a pervert. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He is. It sucks.
I'm glad I took notes because there's some stuff in here. I'm like, what the fuck is that? When
you watched the Netflix version? Did you watch the one that was on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay. The original voice actor for Shinji was Spike Spencer, old school like anime English voice actor. His scream is so much more annoying than the new guy's scream, and I appreciated the new guy's scream a little bit more.
Oh, so the Netflix doesn't have Spike, does it?
No, it doesn't have any. Oh, maybe I don't think it does. I think all of the voice actors were replaced in the Netflix.
It got redubbed.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, all of them do. The Asuka does not sound how she sounds in Netflix. It's very different.
Yeah, because one of the most infamous things about Eva that I heard about was the dub was awful. And then I watched this, I'm like, that wasn't that bad. Like, what are you talking about?
Annoying.
But then I guess the old one was really bad.
Yeah, the old one is a different story.
Yeah, but no, episode 1, I was hooked. Like, it has that. This was late 80s, early 90s?
1996.
Okay,
97.
Late 90s, yeah. It just has that late 90s atmosphere that I think we got in Cowboy Bebop as well. That just cannot be beat for me. But yeah, the angels, sick as hell. Every single
Yeah.
angel in this series was so good, including the first one. Obviously all the Evas, fucking sick as hell. I loved all that. Overall, like obviously we're not going to get into the later half yet, but the first half of this whole series, oh, I was so on board, and then I was so not on board. I know they ran out of money.
Oh my god!
And
God!
I have been held at gunpoint at PAX. Actually, I just told some friends of the channel that I met there. Oh yeah, I watched Eva for the first time, and they're like, "Oh hell yeah!" And I'm like, "I fucking did not like that." And they're like, "Oh, did you watch the 3 movies after?" I'm like, "Not yet." And they're like, "All right, we're going home right now." We didn't watch it there, obviously, but
yeah,
I'm being told
I
a
had
lot.
2 people say that to me as well. Like, well, you have to watch the movies.
They're
I'm
like, "Oh, you're not done yet."
But
I'm like,
we're not though. We're talking about it without the movies don't exist in this situation.
Yeah.
The movies didn't exist when I watched it. Like, yeah, no, this is what we were left with. I'll never forget the elevator scene at the end. That just is like,
oh yeah,
a still shot for like 2 straight
I wrote
minutes.
so many in here that lazy animation frame JPEGs for full combos.
Dude,
Yep.
It's just like a JPEG. It's definitely, again, not going into the later stuff, but there was just like a scene of a cigarette in an ashtray.
Yep.
And it went for
about
12 minutes when they were like having sex and talking afterwards. I'm like,
oh yeah,
man, like what the hell is going on here? But the first episode was really good. I'm like, okay, I get it, because this is, I mean, it gets heralded as like, this is the number one anime for a lot of people, and I guess it is that situation like you, Mike, where it's like you grow up with an anime, it kind of locks itself into first place in most cases. Like Dragon Ball Z, I will never say is my number one anime. It's number 0 because I can't replace it. It's like that I grew up with it.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, and it's like
it doesn't matter how stupid the stories are. Every fight is going to give me goosebumps, and I'm going to be like, let's go. Yeah,
like as a kid, you wanted to be Super Saiyan, and then I guess like if you grew up with this one as a kid, you wanted to be a pervert, which Mike worked out wonders for you.
Oh my god!
Oh fuck, bro! I
Mike looking in the mirror later, like I'm not.
I point that at aliens, at fictional aliens that I want to fuck.
Yeah. I guess that checks out as well. Like the angels coming from space, that really had something to do with it.
Oh fuck! This just fucking whole thing framed my entire future. Oh fuck!
I feel like I don't know that I would equate Evangelion to like a DBZ or a Sailor Moon because I again imagining myself around that age watching it, I think it would feel more like how I felt accidentally watching Akira when I was younger.
Yeah,
where it was like this is much more of an adult version of the thing that I have been enjoying up till now, right?
And to say the most pretentious thing in the world, it's like like with Akira too. It's like the first anime that showed a deconstruction of a genre in a way, like the deconstruction of the mech genre, just completely flipping it upside down on. But that's now normal. Like that's not super unique, like kind of was back then when Gundam was still like roaring across the airwaves.
Yeah, I was my mom, who has watched random anime with me since I was a kid, was like, "So what anime are you talking about today?" And I was like, "Oh, we're talking about Evangelion." And she was like, "Did you like it? Was it really good?" And I was trying to explain to her that, like, sometimes, and this happens in all media, right? That, like, for me, it was fine, but I can recognize that at the time that it came out, it changed a lot of shit, right?
Yeah.
That it had a huge impact, and it's important to watch it and discuss it for the impact that it had, regardless of how I felt about watching it, regardless of how long I wanted to watch a cigarette in a scene.
I don't know. That's riveting. That's called narration.
Yeah, I guess it's less about the being a kid growing up with it and more about the time it came out. More so than like Dragon Ball Z and stuff, which are very obviously aimed at kids. That can be enjoyed by adults as well. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like if you weren't, I think we've talked about this before, is if you're not there at the time it come out and you watch it later as an adult, like now, and we've seen so many anime and like shit now that watching it is very, even putting yourself in that headspace of like, oh, this was 1996, you still see the cigarette in there for like 12 minutes, the elevator scene and stuff like that. You're like,
Yeah.
it's very hard to be like, okay, at the time, I'm sure this was fine. And then like, obviously they ran out of money as well, which
Oh,
was
yeah.
it was a big part
And
of like the ending kind of going strange. We'll say strange.
yeah, it's like they ran out of money and like I was like so special interest about Ava when I was a kid. So like the creator was just and is notoriously just depressed. Like half of the show is because he is depressed and it was the way he was seeing the world, kind of like the through Shinji's eyes of everything's meaningless, it's all pointless, it's all like all this other stuff. And that also it also impeded the creation process of the show because there are stories where he would in the writer's room, he would just lay on two chairs while all the writers would like go back and forth and they'd look to him for an answer and he would just go like, yeah, whatever. And like, you know, like they're like, no, but you need to like give input. And it was just like a mess behind the scenes too. And apparently he's still like that.
Ano? This is Hideaki Ano.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Let me look.
Yeah.
Hideaki Anno. Yep.
I think also when the ending came out, he was like, yeah, well, I didn't know what the end was going to be until we were making it. And it's like, brother.
Yeah. It's like, no shit. You don't fucking say.
Yeah, and it's hard because like you're saying, like clearly this was him sort of expressing a lot through
Depressed
a
as
medium
fuck.
that he was able to make, you know? But man, people at the time that these last episodes were coming out, like the place where they were working was getting graffitied, like he was getting death threats. The whole thing, because everyone was so dissatisfied with the direction that the show was going in.
It just got weirder and weirder. Yeah, like it didn't get any like more.
Can you imagine
fun to watch.
watching this weekly, like waiting for the next week episode and getting those final episodes? I would be like, because even like watching it, like not binging it, but like 3 episodes at a time. The last ones I had to watch one at a time because I'm like, it was like a black screen with their faces coming at it like every now and then the words. And I'm like, man, like I think I'm good.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see like what the movies, because apparently that's like the true ending. Like,
the true
ending.
And it's
like a remake, right? It's like they redo.
Kinda, but they also hint at like maybe it's all happened before, and like maybe it's
the FF7 remake thing.
Dude, yeah, it's weird, but that's like not till the 3rd movie. It's weird. It's weird. We'll watch the movies one day.
Like maybe both the show and the movies are canonical, that kind of a thing,
but like not at the same time, like maybe parallel but overlapping, or like it's very, very, very strange. It's very weird because no, I can't talk about it because we'll watch it one day. We'll watch it one day. Move on to like we'll just cover the next 2 episodes real quick too. Like
sorry.
After he blacks out from the fight in episode 2, Shinji wakes up in the hospital. He's unable to remember the fight against the angel the night before, and we as the viewer are also kind of left hanging. Gendo, which is his father, wants nothing to do with him, so Nerve's head of operations, the young and attractive, according to this breakdown, Captain Misato Katsuragi, ends up becoming his legal guardian. Not at all, leading to extremely awkward scenes many a time with her in her underwear around. Oh, by the way, he's 14, not 16. They settle into a life in Misato's apartment, and he eventually begins recalling the Furious battle in a very cool way. If I remember correctly, he's laying on his bed, he's listening to his music, and as he's just kind of like dissociating, he's like flashing back to the battle. And in that battle, that's where we learn that the Evangelion itself is clearly something more than just a robot, because when he blacks out, the Eva sort of takes over. Its jaw, we watch the metals snap as its jaw unhinges. We watch as it brings its broken dangling arm in front of it, and we watch this flesh just reform a regular arm, and it just unplugs itself, because one of the big things with the Evas is they need a power source at all times, and when they're unplugged, they have, 5 minutes in a battery or 10? So it charges forward, and it, like a beast, ferally starts ripping apart this angel until it gets to this red core, where it starts taking the rib, I think, of the thing it was fighting, and slamming it into the core over and over again until it breaks the core just before the core, or I think the core explodes at the same time, and it shoots out this giant beam that forms into a cross. And that's kind of how the end of episode 2 ends.
You're missing a really important scene in episode 2, where it was like the Austin Powers skit where Shinji's naked and Misato has a beer in front of his his crotch.
That's
and
right.
then she
I
moves
forgot.
the beer, and there's a even smaller can behind the beer, still
Right.
covering the crotch.
It's the POV of table level, and he's like, "Oh."
That's
I forgot about
there was
that.
some
This is
funny
why
stuff
Andy
in
takes
there.
notes, man.
Yeah, no, I'm so
Otherwise
glad.
we'd
Yeah, what are your
miss
notes
this
for
shit.
episode 2?
Pen, number 1, we get introduced
Dude,
to Pen.
I love Pen. I love
the way
Pen
that it kept playing the same like music stinger when you have the
Pen's
house.
theme.
Yeah, it's so good. I love that part. Also, apparently, Gravelord Nido as an angel was in this episode I wrote. I think it was like it must have been a angel with all skulls. It could be episode 3.
Oh, I think maybe because it regrew a skull after it got its first one like mashed in, I think.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time remembering.
Yeah, there's a lot
but
of
anyway,
angels saying it. Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's. I just thought I'd add that in there for episode 2.
This
That's
angel's
pretty
name was
important.
Sachiel, by the way.
Mm.
Those your notes? Anything else exciting for episode 2?
Not for episode 2, no. There was a weird eyeball.
Pen Dick Can is what he
Pen Dick Can. That's good. Yeah. Episode 3 is kind of not much either. Shinji basically begins school at Tokyo 3 and meets classmates Toji Suzuhara, Kensuke Ida, and Hikari Horaki. I'm sorry if I butchered these names. I'm trying not to. Toji basically resents Shinji because his sister was badly injured in Shinji's first fight against the angel Sakiel. And then as that happens, another angel, Shamshul, appears. This is the one that, I forget what it is. We'll get to it here in a minute. Shinji is pushed to his mental limit during the battle, going berserk during the last seconds, engaging the angel in close combat and savagely disabling it. And then afterwards, he is devastated by the emotions he experienced during the battle. Toji, witnessing the toll Shinji's life as a pilot puts on him, decides to let go of his resentment. That's right, because he was outside and he saw that. I'm trying to let's look what that angel looks like, because I can't remember what Shamshul. Is that the crab-looking one?
There was one with an electric
Oh, it's
whip.
like the squiddy-looking one with like little squiddy arms like this.
Oh.
I don't know why nobody who's listening to this podcast has any earthly
There is
idea
no
what
visual
the fuck
to this podcast at all.
No, not only
Just
that, but
imagine
that is
squid arms. It's fine.
meaningless. Here's a Reddit repost of somebody who said they did a redesign, but it just looks like this angel. It has like laser beam tentacle arms.
You know when people do those Pokemon redraws where like a person doesn't know what the Pokemon is, but someone else like describes it badly?
Yeah,
You should do
What are you
that,
trying to
but
say?
with the Evangelion angels.
Every time I'll give me my memory of what I think it might be, what it is.
Artists who are listening to this right now, this is your new game. Mathis is going to describe all the
Shamshul.
angels to you.
You know, the one with
Please
the
draw
squiggly.
them.
So far we have a
What you think it
squid,
looks like.
and we're going to have Gravelord Nido from Dark Souls.
Yeah, exactly.
And an angel with a beak, I believe is how the first one was described.
Yeah, with the beak, bird skull.
skull.
Yeah.
So that's episode. I forgot that that happened that early in episode 3. I thought that was much later in the series, where he saves because he gets punched by Toji. I remember he's goes to school. Toji's pissed because it's rightfully, displacing his anger, obviously, but still, punches Shinji, and Shinji like a bitch is like, I deserved it, and he just kind of takes it like
his response to everying in this shit.
That's literally his response to just everything. Sorry, don't choke on your drink, Dodger. But that's just how he is, and it so annoyed me. I'm like, brother, stand up for yourself. I'm like, yeah, you were ground zero training. You were going to school for like math or some nerdy shit, and your dad's like, you're a flesh robot pilot now. Fight this thing, life or death. Toji, I get he's mad, but not the one thing we'd be mad. Sorry. Anyway, what were your notes on episode 3, Indy?
Episode 3, yeah, pretty much what you covered there. And also, apparently, Shinji pulls out his CS2 progressive knife on his Eva. Apparently, he pulled out a knife.
He
had the
each one has like a thing where it shoots out. Each one has like a vibrating knife
I'm guessing
to get
that's
through
when
their
he
AT
was fighting
field.
the squid.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
I remember during this episode being like, I'm sorry if I had just piloted that thing and saved a bunch of people and was expected to do it again, I would not go to school anymore. But they like kind of give a reason for that later, I guess, for why he's still in school.
Yeah.
But I had a really hard time suspending my disbelief for that
How
he
dare
would still
you.
be going to school and that everybody would be like, oh yeah, that's Shinji. piloted that gigantic robot.
Yeah. Every time
the
our
other
lives are in
day.
danger, that whiny kid is actually the one saving our lives.
Yeah. Oh, this guy.
I'm trying to imagine what
Anyways.
he would do instead, and I can't picture anything. So I think
Stay
school,
home.
yeah, like he'd be laying in
Don't
bed.
go to school.
He'd be laying in bed
Why
all
do you
day.
need to go to school?
Like, listen to your little, what is that? What was that, MP3 player at the time? Or was that like a cassette player that you
I think it was
listened to?
No, it might have been like a Discman.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way. Stay home.
The only thing that I could think of was that at the time, a lot of anime, I guess, that was coming out that were about teenagers, they would have that duality, right? Of like, I've got my normal life where I go to school and I run down the street with bread in my mouth and fall in love and whatever else. But then I also have my nighttime life where I fight crime. I was like, maybe that's what this is supposed to be.
Yeah,
For
I can
Shinji
see
is
that,
showing like, his like normal life in juxtaposition to his like crazy horrifying
like
life.
when you think of anime, it's like it's the high school thing. So I'm guessing if like Anno was just like, hey, anime needs high school. You want high school here? Like, I mean, obviously, like,
Brother, we got high school for you.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah. No. Yeah, it's very. that feels like the motto for the whole show. You want robots? Fine. Here's robots, you son of a bitch. That just feels fucking like what it is. Because it is. It's exactly that. It's like the deconstruction of the trope, right? Of like high school kid goes to high school, falls in love, has a good time, like you said, and then goes and fights crime. But it's like this guy's like, yeah, but what if it was for real and sucked?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what it is. Like, and that's what this whole thing is. I remember the squiggly arm squid fight feeling like that was like a real weak angel. Because the only thing they had to overcome in that one mostly was what you kind of just get introduced to the AT field of angels. You get explained to what that is. That's that weird orangey yellow diamond little field that's in front of every single one of the angels when they try to get close. And that's why the knife is like, there's something about it vibrates or something that allows it to get through the AT field. I don't really remember exactly why the knife helps, but it does. We can keep moving forward from this. So episode 4, I like the deep breakdown for this one says, overstressed from being made an Evangelion pilot. And it's like, yeah, that's a good way to put it. How about traumatized? The previous fight was with Shamshell and fighting, because now he's fighting with Misato because he doesn't want the whole thing too that happened is like he doesn't want to do this, and Misato's like, stop being a bitch, like do it or don't.
This
like,
is bigger than you. Like,
yeah. Because he keeps doing that thing where he's like, I don't want to do it, quits. And then last minute, he's like, fine, I'll do it. And she's like,
depending on me, I guess.
Oh, everyone's going to die. I guess I'll do it.
Is this the episode where they have the whole, like the people from school, like, come and say bye to him, and it's a whole big thing, and then he's like, okay, I'll stay.
Well,
Bro,
hey,
you
let me
almost
read
got out.
Maybe it might be. Let me read the breakdown of this real quick.
Okay, sorry.
Shinji runs away from home in this episode. This is where he runs away. And then soon encountering Kensuke in a field, Shinji is soon recaptured by Nerve and reluctantly accepts to resume piloting Eva Unit 1. But Misato states that if he cannot have the right attitude, then he should quit being a pilot. She forces his resignation, and after saying goodbye to his classmates, Shinji prepares to leave Tokyo 3 by train. However, at the last minute, both Shinji and Misato have an epiphany that grants them a deeper understanding of each other. Shinji does not board his train to leave Tokyo 3 and decides to stay. Misato welcomes him back.
My notes for this episode are just so good for what we just talked about. It says, Shinji gets taken away. No, he don't. It gets weird. And then after that, episode 5, Rei episode, 6, 7, 8, 9, no notes.
Okay.
Does that mean you were locked in, or
I don't know.
Either that, or I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
We'll get there.
I think I watched those on my exercise bike, so maybe I just did not have those.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No time to write.
Yes, Dodger, you were correct. That is the one where he fake leaves. Did that also rip you out of your immersion?
I was just like, I don't know. They just, it felt like they dedicated a lot of time to these kids and maybe it was to show that he would believe that he would have an easier time if he stayed now. But like these kids that were fucking wanting to beat the shit out of him one episode ago are now like, you're all right, buddy. Life's hard, isn't it? Anyways, I'll see you around,
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, I'll stay.
I guess I'll just be the superhero. I guess. Because there is a point where, like, after this point, he does sort of like lock in a little more. Like, he's a lot less. I don't want to. I will. He's like, I will. But he still has to have. He still sucks, as we'll see for a while. There are a few good Shinji moments, though.
Yeah, that's the hard thing about Shinji for me, and I think this is what I was talking about when I said that some things were easier in the manga. I think Shinji was easier to deal with in the manga because you could kind of glaze over.
Yeah, that's terrible. He gets whatever voice you give him. He delivers the lines however you want him to.
But it felt like either he was doing the I guess I deserve this, I'm a piece of shit thing, or he was doing the I have a bigger purpose now, and actually I've decided I don't care about anything. And I was like,
yeah, or I can't fuck up, and I'm like, God.
I need you to meet in the middle here for like a couple of episodes.
He's 14, I guess. We'll give him that. He's just 14. Being written by like a 40-year-old man.
When I was 14, and if they're like, oh, you get to be Super Saiyan, I would have locked the fuck in.
Dude,
yeah, brother.
True.
I tried so many times in real life.
Oh my God. I would daydream about a magic cat coming into my house and being like, you're a magical girl. And I'd be like, oh my God.
I'm like, maybe if I get like angry enough. That's the trick. No one's ever gotten this angry as me as a 14-year-old boy.
Oh God. I still have like a vivid dream I remember having in high school. Me and my friend turning Super Saiyan and waking up and being so fucking disappointed. I was like in real life. Like, this sucks. I don't want to do this. Anyway, episode
we
5.
all did that. I'm proud of us.
Oh God, yeah. We're all anime nerds. We're real. We deserve to do this podcast. we earn the right. We earn the scars to do this podcast. Shut up.
It doesn't have to be this way, guys.
After this episode is done, we are not hanging up the call until we schedule the day of the next episode.
Okay.
And I'm writing it down.
Yep.
So episode 5, Eva Unit 0 is finally repaired after it went berserk during an experiment it was in before the events of the first episode, which I'm assuming we get the flashback here. I don't know if you remember, but that was when it was orange and it tried to punch Gendo through the bulletproof glass. It was like losing its mind when he was trying to boot it up with an AI system, if I remember correctly, like a computer-controlled system without a need of a pilot, and it like lost its mind and tried to like punch him through the glass or whatever. Shinji then tries to get to know the pilot of Eva Unit 0, where we formally get introduced to Rei Ayanami, and he tries to get to know her better, but finds that she is incredibly insular, has no friends, and records of her have been erased. Totally normal. A new and powerful angel then arrives, Ramiel, who's a floating monolithic metal diamond with a powerful particle beam blast, which nearly kills Shinji in Eva Unit 1. And that's how the episode ends. We could probably just cut into a part 2, because it's called episode 5 is Rei 1, episode 6 is Rei 2. The angel Ramiel is boring down through the upper layers of Tokyo 3. It kind of basically positions itself in its place. Giant drill shoots out its bottom. It starts drilling into the city, and anything tries to get near it has this huge force field that has to get through, and it fires off like a sniper level accurate laser from super far away. It's possessed with its strong beam attack, strongest AT field ever observed. A direct assault by an Evangelion would meet with failure. A plan called Operation Yashima is devised, in which Shinji in Unit 1 will use an advanced prototype positron rifle to shoot Ramiel from outside its target zone, which must use the entire electrical output of Japan in order to operate. While Rei in Unit 0 shields Unit 1. She just holds that shield there the whole time.
Is that the sniper rifle?
Yep. Yeah, that's the sniper rifle episode where he's locked down and she just holds a shield there. Shinji's first shot, because he sucks, misses. And while Ramiel retaliates with his energy beam. Yeah, he's never fired He's never fired a sniper rifle in his life. Which again, there was a whole thing where like Rei, I think, offered to shoot it, but she couldn't for some reason. I think maybe her Eva didn't have like the armor to take the recoil. I can't remember why she couldn't do it.
I have a very good memory. I don't have a 5-month anime gap.
Sorry. Memory. I've seen this series full through countless times.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it retaliates with a beam, and that's when Rei steps in front of Unit 1 to shield him. The shield is quickly worn down by the Angel's attack, and Shinji just barely manages to fire the second shot in time, destroying the Angel as Unit 0 is almost destroyed. He then comes out of his Evangelion, to open the hatch to Rei's, finding her alive and crying with relief. When Rei shows her confusion at not knowing how to respond, Shinji just tells her to try smiling. That's the episode where he's like freaking out. He like manually burns his hands to open up her pod. She just, it's a very awkward ending of where she's just like, I don't know why you care for me. And he's like, just smile, bitch. And she does.
Wait. Did we already
have flashbacking this?
Did we already have the episode where his dad rips Rei out of?
No, I think that's a flashback scene. That's a flashback scene later on.
These 2 episodes are when Rei gets introduced.
Yeah, because I think, or I'm trying to remember, he rescues her and then she flashes back in that moment and sees him, Gendo, we know he did it. Yeah, we learned that via a flashback somehow. But it does imply something weird about, because Gendo doesn't seem to care about anybody. Was willing to throw, it seemed like he was willing to throw Rei
to
away.
Get Rei out, yeah.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, there's a weird thing with Rei.
What is this relationship? That's weird.
It definitely doesn't get weirder though. Don't worry about what she
it doesn't. No, it's perfectly normal from here on out.
Oh yeah. I always like, that was a cool angel design. Just a simple diamond with a laser.
I was going to say one of the weaker angel designs is literally it's just a crystal. It's like a big.
I just liked it. I guess I liked its simplicity of like they had to think out a little bit outside the box. But anyway, yeah, you said you had no notes for these, right?
No, 5 and 6 I wrote Rei episode. 7, 8, 9 had no notes.
Oh, okay.
But I do. As you're. Thank God you're recapping it because it's all coming back to me. Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't even gone to Asuka yet. This is we're almost there now.
A little later, yeah.
Any I don't know, from my memory, nothing really exciting. I do just remember the kind of awkward end of her smiling and being like, just play the Fly Me to the Moon song. Was that the credits for the Netflix one?
I think I skipped.
Oh shit.
Skipped credits.
That's fine.
I watched the intro. I did not. Very
we
rarely.
didn't talk about the intro song.
The intro's fucking banger. Yeah.
Yeah, the Eva intro song.
Absolute banger.
I think it was one of those songs where the second it started playing, I was like, "Oh, this song."
Yeah. Through osmosis and pop culture. Yeah.
Same with Cowboy Bebop. As soon as you hear it, you're like, "Oh yeah, this one."
Yeah. Dude, just having watched Cowboy Bebop now, it is completely not tainted. But how I listen to that kind of music is forever like, Cowboy Bebop in my brain now. Forever. Yeah. Any important things to say about Rei 1 and 2? Anything, or do we want to move on to the next episode?
I think we can move on.
Yeah. Let's move. We can rip through some. Next one, we get introduced to Dr. Ritsuko Akagi, Nerve's chief scientist, who also does not have a weird relationship with Gendo at all.
No, not at all.
She explains to Shinji more of the classified real nature of Second Impact, where we get to introduce to like what this all is. She talks about the angels and the mission of the Evangelions to defeat them. A rival organization of Nerve builds a prototype giant robot, Jet Alone, meant as an alternative to the Evangelions, which this new robot line will supersede. Unlike the Eva units, which rely on external or limited battery power, the Jet Alone has an onboard nuclear reactor and can thus function indefinitely without external power. However, during the first public test of Jet Alone, it goes out of control and starts marching toward a nearby city with its reactor building to a meltdown. Shinji keeps the robot at bay in his Evangelion while Misato gets inside and attempts to shut down the reactor, only to find out that the apparent threat of a meltdown was staged by an act of sabotage. After everything is said and done, Ritsuko and Gendo discuss the fate of Jet Alone, revealing that they were behind the sabotage. So yeah, and I think Jet Alone was the American robot, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, this is the one in the desert. This is
it's kind of just like almost.
This is a good episode. Yeah, it was a filler, but this is a good episode, I think.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Remember,
yeah, it was pretty straightforward. Like it was just like America robot. It's better than ours, but
immediately
we're gonna sabotage it. So why though? Like why sabotage it? I guess that's like the seeded mystery is like why if we're trying to save the world, why does it matter if they're doing better than us? I guess in that weird way. But there's always a second reason with what Gendo is doing. My goddamn dog.
Also has Shinji.
Don't listen to him.
Being embarrassed of Misato drinking beers for breakfast in front of his classmates.
Oh, is that this episode?
I'm like, you don't know teenage boys? That's the coolest shit ever. A hot gal drinking beers for breakfast? Come on.
That doesn't indicate an alcohol problem at all.
No.
No.
Morning, and she's like half trashed already. And drunk Misato is really funny until she gets really depressing. Which
I was gonna say, there's a tipping point where you're like, stop drinking, please.
Because in that episode where you get into her apartment the first time, she opens the fridge and it's all beers, and it's got that funny music behind it, and you're just like, that's silly, and then just, okay, it's not silly anymore. Straightforward episode. But episode 8's the big one. Asuka arrives in Japan. Misato brings Shinji and his friends, Toji and Kensuke, on a flight to that's right, she brings fucking Toji and Kensuke on a flight to the United Nations carrier battle group, which is transporting Evangelion Unit 2 and its fiery German-American pilot, Asuka Langley Soryu. She's off over to Japan. She's escorting Asuka to Japan, is Misato's old boyfriend. We also get introduced to Ryoji Kaji. Oh, Kaji. In the middle of some awkward introductions and reunions, because Asuka is like, wants to fuck Kaji, and Kaji, for manipulative purposes, leans into her like flirtation a bit.
Didn't they used to date? Wasn't that a thing?
Asuka? No, I'm talking about Asuka.
Oh, Asuka. I'm so sorry.
Asuka really wants to fuck Kaji. Yeah, I mean, like, no.
Angels aren't the problem anymore, boys.
This show's about a lot of shit, man.
yeah. There's a lot going on. Asuka it's very clear she like has the hots for Kaji, and Kaji leans into that to like get her to do what he needs her to do. But then, obviously Misato and Kaji have their own history.
Sorry, that's who I meant.
Yeah, so in the middle of some awkward introductions and reunions, a massive aquatic angel, Gagiel, begins attacking the fleet, and Asuka determines that she will fight using Unit 2 by playing hopscotch. However, for both due to their unfriendly meeting, she takes Shinji with her. The angel drags Unit 2 underwater, and Misato devises a plan to kill it by lodging 2 sunken battleships in its mouth and then firing all weapons into it. By cooperating, Asuka and Shinji pull off the plan, and the angel is killed, and it is revealed that both Shinji and Asuka broke their synchronization records while working together. Kaji, which is like how well they synced their robots' brainwaves. Kaji is seen delivering Adam to Gendo. We kind of get like this weird thing where he's handing off to Gendo, and Asuka transfers to Shinji's class, obviously, because she's going to join their school, obviously, as well. Gagiel, I don't know if you remember what he looks like.
Yeah, I know what he looks like, but how would you explain it, just for the hell of it?
For the game.
Yeah,
for the gang. Right. Let me see how I would explain this thing. Oh yeah, he's like a big sperm.
All right.
Am I wrong? He's like a sperm with teeth. He's like a big sperm with chomping teeth. Come on, listen. Am I wrong? Tell me I'm way off.
I would have gone with whale. Like.
Okay. Here's. I'm gonna send you the link now.
Maybe we're looking at
about a sperm whale. Maybe.
Honestly, this is the true sperm whale.
Meeting in the middle. Here we go. Yeah, sure. All right, I can see where you're coming from. I was looking at him getting like exploded. So
fair enough.
Yeah, mine looks a little different.
Very much. Your thoughts, Dodger? How would you describe that, Dodger?
I don't know. A spaceship with a big tail and a beak. I don't know.
Fine, whatever. This episode was introduction to Asuka episode. Cool fight. I remember she had that moment with the tarp was like a fucking cape on her.
Unit 2 is sick as well.
What was that?
Unit 2. I love Unit 2.
Oh, Unit 2 is great. Yeah. Asuka and Unit 2 are just.
I think it's the best designed one.
Yeah, she's my favorite. Like, she's like one of my favorite characters. She's my favorite of the pilots, I think, in the series. But yeah, we really do. And the real lore, I guess, we learn here is Kaji has clearly a past with Misato. They were dating at some point. They kind of imply at that. And then Asuka has the hots for Kaji. And then Shinji and Asuka immediately like butt heads, which is a reoccurring theme for the rest of it.
Yes.
Really good.
Episode
really
9?
Good like brother-sister relationship. I feel like they...
Up until...
And some weird shit, but yeah. I mean, saying there's some weird shit coming in this show is...
Yeah.
We don't even need we don't need to do that.
Do we need to keep saying that?
Episode 9 is titled Both of You Dance Like You Want to Win. Asuka moves into Shinji and Misato's apartment because of course she does, where he and Misato live. As Asuka adjusts to Japan, the angel Israfel attacks, and I'm just going to go ahead and look that up right now before. And I would describe Israfel as, they're the first, they're the twins, but the first angel, basically.
Mm.
like
they
a
just look like the
recolor?
first angel to me. Yeah, more. Yeah, they kind of recolored a bit. Here, I'll send you the link. It's just someone D&D statted these. That's the one I'm using to send you. There you go, though.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's just a shiny version. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's this shiny version of the first angel. Israfel attacks after apparently being defeated. It then splits into two identical copies and defeats both Unit 1 and 2. In desperation, the UN takes the drastic step of dropping not an atom bomb. Oh no, we are now on the N2 bomb in this timeline on the Angel, which is like a nitrogen bomb or some shit on the Angel, temporarily disabling it and giving Nerve 6 days to find a way to defeat it. They determined that both parts of the Angel must be defeated perfectly simultaneously. So on Kaji's suggestion, Misato puts Shinji and Asuka in a training regiment, which has them defending as much time together as possible in order to synchronize their actions to pull off a coordinated dual attack. So basically, they learn to synchronize dance, fight the Angel. They pull it off almost flawlessly. There was like a minor error, and then they destroy the Angel. One of the last classic Monster of the Week-ish episodes before shit starts getting extremely fucked up.
Yeah. As like a viewer or a reader, you're like, okay, so this is the turning point where now the three of them are going to become like this incredible team. They're going to get their shit together. They're going to work through their traumas as a team and become close. And then they're going to save the world from the third impact. I see where the story's going.
Yep. What do you, I mean, I don't know what I don't want. Yeah, we'll get there.
And dear listener, if you want to turn this podcast off now and pretend that that's exactly what happened, you go for that. You could do that.
That's pretty much where I was. That's where I was sitting. I mean, I knew, like, obviously I knew it was going to get weird, but I thought it was like, I thought the weird stuff was going to be a little more tame, less weird, less just batshit. But at this point, I was still on board. I'm like, this is sick. Like you're introducing new characters, you're getting these new Avas, you're getting like all these new sick angels, even though this one was a recolor. And I'm like, all right, I get it. This is sick. I'm getting where they're going. Pretty much exactly what Dodger just said. I'm like, I know something's going to turn at some point, but right now, this is like, I'm still like a big fan of this show right now.
Yeah.
There was no way for you to predict how it was going to turn.
No.
Next episode was called Magma Diver. Ava pilots, except for Rhea, according to this breakdown, are excited for their upcoming class trip to Okinawa, but they are upset to learn that they cannot leave Tokyo 3 since they have to be on standby in case of an angel attack. Then a dormant angel, Sandolphin, which I would describe as grabby hands the Pokemon, I'll give you a link, is discovered in an embryonic stage, nesting deep in the magma of an active volcano, and in the hopes of gaining greater insight into the angels.
Right.
Thank you. Asuka is sent to capture it by lowering Unit 2 into the magma, where it wears a special giant coolant suit for protection, which is just looks like a giant old-timey diving suit.
Yep.
Like people used to wear. However, the angel soon awakes and advances beyond its embryonic stage, forcing Asuka to battle Sandolphin while deep beneath the surface of the magma. Also a great episode to save on animation, because it was like one movement and then like hold that frame, and then when the arm was above it, all I had to do was like a blur, and then the arm was just in another frozen frame above it. So Asuka defeats the angel, but almost dies when Unit 2's protective suit equipment fails after suffering damage during the battle. Shinji, however, jumps in to rescue her at the last moment. They're getting to work as a team episode. Things are going well. Episode 11, the day Tokyo 3 stood still. Electric power grid in Tokyo 3 is completely cut off as a result of sabotage by parties unknown, trapping most Nerve personnel inside, and worse, trapping all 3 Ava pilots outside of the base. A new angel, Matariel, appears and begins to burn its way to Nerve headquarters by this is the one, it's a giant eyeball with 4 legs that drips acid.
Yeah.
This, to me, is the weakest angel. This is an angel that only got as far as it did because there was a power loss. Otherwise, this thing would have been obliterated. But anyway, this thing shows up, starts drooling acid onto the hatch.
Opportunity, he took it.
Opportunities.
You got to give him that.
And everyone inside has to struggle to power up the Avas And as the pilots try to make their way back to Central Dogma through a maze of closed corridors and air ducts, the pilots then enter their Avas and go into battle. And after traversing more vents and passageways, they come face to face with the Angel. Asuka defends Shinji and Rei from Matariel's corrosive acid, and while the other two pilots retrieve Shinji's rifle. This is when they're climbing up the tube, and Asuka flips up, so she's facing her back, and she has the acid dripping on her back, and she feels all the pain. And they all line up behind it and take the one shot they need through the eyeball, and it literally like deflates and kind of just falls down. So, any interesting notes on that? On those episodes? So there,
this was 11.
11.
Oh, this was the I wrote elevator, but that's not this episode, is it? The JPEG of the elevator.
Maybe they were in the elevator for a long time on this one. They did. I think they were in the elevator for. There's multiple episodes where they're in the
yeah,
elevator
I liked
for
how
a
you said
long time.
This is where in the previous one, the magma diver. You're like, oh, this is where they could have. This was like where they were saving money, as if they were saving it for the later episodes.
Yeah, we're on the downward trend. We're about the halfway mark of the series, and the animation is slowly taking cuts more and more.
Still good.
Taking a little dive.
I still was enjoying it. Again, it's very formulaic at this point with each episode having these wacky angels. I don't know. This guy, I kind of like this guy. He did this angel. I mean, he did pretty well, and he needed three Evas to defeat him. So I think you need to give him some credit.
But if there was power in the city, they would have seen him coming from a mile away. They would have got up there with the gun.
He would be like, I'll attack tomorrow when the power goes out.
Oh, that angel came off as genius?
Yeah. He's in the bushes. He's like, what, the power's not going out today? All right, I'll get him tomorrow.
I'll come back tomorrow. Yeah. All right, look, we're almost to the point where it gets weird. Let's keep pushing here. Next episode, she said, don't make others suffer for your personal hatred. What a title to the episode.
When he was losing it, man. He was losing it.
When Gendo and Fuyutsuki are out on a mission to Antarctica, a massive angel, Sahaquiel, appears in Earth's orbit, well beyond the reach of the Avas, and launching several N2 bombs at it has no effect. The angel attacks by dropping small pieces of itself onto Earth below, recalibrating its aim once it is zeroed in on Tokyo 3. The other thing that this isn't really mentioned, but all the angels are very much always attacking Tokyo 3. There's something going on at Tokyo 3 that the angels are like clearly after.
And they're all taking turns, so they're not attacking at the same
time. Yeah. Well, it's biblical, dude. Only one angel at a time. The main body of Sahaquiel will fall to Earth in a massive kamikaze attack to destroy Tokyo 3. All three Evangelions are deployed at once in a race to reach the angel before it hits, hold it back by projecting their own AT fields, and destroy it. The operation is a success, and Shinji, much to his own surprise, receives words of praise from his father for his efforts for the first time. I think it's when he says, "Good job, Shinji." And Shinji's just like, oh, and he freaks out. Shinji realizes that getting praise from his father might be his main motivation for being a pilot. Like, literally, he gets a breadcrumb of approval from his dad. All the trauma is like, I'll be the best pilot you'll ever have seen, Dad. Like, and it's just like,
oh, this poor boy, dude.
Yeah, poor boy. Till later. Lily, Sahaquiel. Yeah, what does Sahaquiel look like?
I would say
look real quick.
A giant Egyptian eye.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's literally what it looks like. A giant, dude. This is a giant like Egyptian eye on mushrooms. This is like psychedelic Egyptian eyeball. Another weird balloon-y-esque kind of thing. Next episode, Lilliputian Hitcher. The pilots are undergoing a synchronization test directed by Ritsuko deep within Nerve headquarters when a new kind of angel, Uriel, appears within the base itself, being initially mistaken for corrosion. This angel is actually a collection of millions of microscopic organisms which interact to create a living biological computer circuit. Uriel infects Nerve's computer network, then infiltrates 2 of the 3 Magi supercomputers that control the base before Ritsuko is able to set up a firewall to slow its advance. Ritsuko comes up with a scheme to use the angel's rapid adaptive ability against it and force it to evolve into a benign state, and must race to implement the program before the angel gains control of the base self-destruct. After successfully pulling off the plan and destroying the angel, Ritsuko gives Misato some insight about the Magi's workings, relaying the story of how her mother based its design on her own personality. This is the episode where I'm like, okay, this is a little weird. because the Magi computer systems are extremely strange. This is when we learn the Magi's brain, like an actual brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you? And it's her mother's brain, right?
That I could not tell you.
Didn't she
Or
say there's three
maybe.
parts: the mother, the woman.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. And the
And-
doctor or like the professional or whatever.
Yeah. And then the mother winds up being the strongest part.
Yes.
I think.
I think you're right. I can't remember that particular detail. I thought this was a cool take on an angel.
Yeah,
though.
this was a really cool episode purely for the whole hacker taking over the facility thing. In my notes, this could go for Dan as well. I wrote naked kids again, huh? So I guess at some point they.
Oh, we're right back here.
Oh no!
How come we keep opening this door?
2 episodes in a row. I think with Mob we're fine. We're safe. We're good.
I think we're safe with Mob. Yeah.
What would the naked kids happen in this episode?
I don't know. I wrote it. I don't think it's something I would have made up. It must. I have
This
no
is the
idea.
episode where we get to learn Gendo's weird room of aquatic naked.
One of these episodes, they have all 3 of the kids naked because they're like, this way we can like get accurate biometric readings or whatever.
That's right, because they're undergoing synchronization tests in the beginning, and so they're all fucking naked, and Asuka's bitching about it. And Shinji's like, what is it? Doesn't he say like, who cares? I can't see you or some weird shit like that. I don't know.
Your impression of his voice is so perfect. It's so funny.
There's an inner Shinji.
That's how he grew up. That's his hero.
That's exactly correct.
There's a Shinji that crawls out of your mouth every now and then.
Yeah. I was like, get back in there, you motherfucker. Get back in there. You're a man now. You're a man and you've grown. Fuck, naked kids again. Here we go. Oh, God. Anyway. Next episode, Weaving a Story. We're past the halfway mark at this point. The first half of this episode is a clip show in the form of a report by Seal reviewing Gendo's actions. This is where we learn that there's like a secret organization of faceless voices that Gendo like reports to in this room of like where he's at the center, and these like rectangles all around him of ominous voices are like, basically, you're a fuck up. Why are we supporting you? And Gendo's like, well, I'm a genius, and that's why. And they're like, God damn it, fine. And then they give him like a time limit. Anyway, so this is a summary episode
mostly filler,
of the first season. Yeah, it's like a flashback. The second half, we see Ritsuko conducts an experiment to determine if pilots can be switched between the Evangelion as they normally pilot. Rei can synchronize with Unit 1 fairly well, which is interesting. But when Shinji attempts to synchronize with Unit 0, it goes violently berserk inside of the base in a manner identical to the flashback of what we saw earlier of the failed activation test that took place before Shinji's arrival. As before, Unit 0 attacks the hangar's observation booth, smashing the window. However, Rei was standing at the window instead of Gendo this time, as was the case in the first test, causing Misato to wonder if Unit 0 was trying to kill Rei. Meanwhile, Ritsuko feels that Unit 0 is trying to attack Ritsuko herself. At the end of the episode, Rei uses Unit 0 to bring the Lance of Longinus, recovered from Antarctica, to the deepest levels of Nerve's base terminal dogma. We learn that's why he was there. What is this? Oh, dude. Yeah.
That's my notes for this episode.
And you just posted an insane GIF.
If you go to the episode 14 wiki, you just scroll down and you can see this GIF. It's absolutely insane.
It's another one where it keeps getting weirder. It's, Shinji being able to sync with Unit 0 implies something strange, obviously, but the Rei can sync with Unit 1 is interesting, but that is Shinji syncing with Unit 0 sends into that same berserk state. And it's interesting because both I can see why Unit 0 would attack Rei, and I can see why Unit 0 would want to attack Ritsuko. Do you remember what's unique about like Unit 0, or has it been too long for you to remember?
It's probably been too long.
So like
I literally watched this 5 months ago. Yeah.
We'll keep going, but I think they'll probably talk about it. But it's like it's implied the soul of Shinji's mom is like in the
that's
Eva.
late. I think they explain that later because Unit 2, the one that Asuka pilots, is
her mom.
Is it?
Because remember, she steps in on her mom having hung herself, And
Right.
at the end, is it like it protects her? Unit 2 like protects her like a child does. Like it would protect. Who do you think it was?
No, I wasn't talking about a person. I was saying that when Asuka shows up, they're like, Asuka's here to showcase a unit that we are mass producing, right? We're trying to make tons of these Evas. So she's been trained to specifically operate this Eva that we have like loads of that we're building.
So
Um,
okay, so interesting. We'll talk about it, but yeah. So
Okay.
but the reason she is able to pilot Ava Unit 2 is because it's her mom's soul is in there. Whether that was intended or not, I don't know. Because the white
Man, there's a
ones
lot of mom
are the
stuff in this show.
they're all that's the whole shit. I think the creator has mom trauma.
There's a
Like,
lot
he's
of
got-
mom
he's got a
stuff
lot of
happening
issues.
in this
Let's-
show,
Because
man.
what's Rei is also tied to the mom.
Well,
is
Rei
the mom
is mom, right?
But is the
Rei
but
is
the
mom?
body but is the body of the mom without the soul, which is why she
But-
is so deadpan. But she still has weird genetic memory-esque things, and that's why Gendo cares so much about Rei, because he's trying to figure out how to put her soul into the body of Rei. And I don't know if I couldn't remember if the reason he's like ending the world is because like he can't do it, and so he can't like have her back, and he's all fucked up, and so.
But
Yeah,
doesn't current Rei have the soul, and all of the other Reis that are in the basement don't?
I think it might be a fractured soul then, because
Oh
there
my
is a part
God.
of her soul that's why Unit
We should have
01.
talked about this months ago.
I know. Let's keep going. We'll get. Oh, hang on. Which Evangelions have which souls?
Well, all of the Evas are made of people, right? They're all people.
So Ava Unigelion.
Sorry, we're jumping
Ava
way
Unit
ahead
1
now.
Ava
Aren't
Unit
they all
1
people?
contains the soul. Ava Unit 1 controls the soul of Yui Akari, Shinji's mother. Ava
Right.
Unit 2 contains the maternal part of Asuka's mother, Kyoko Zeppelin Soryu. Ava Unit 0 has a more complex origin, and its soul is widely theorized to be fragments of Lilith's soul, which would make sense as to why she'd attack Ritsuku and want to attack Rei,
Right.
which is split between the Ava and Rei Ayanami, because Rei is also part Lilith, because she's like part the weird creature being made. But yeah, Ava Unit 2 is the mother part of the like maternal part of Asuka's mom, not the
Which
hateful,
one did-
abusive.
We're
She
not
hung
there yet.
herself. No, we're not there. But okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're
How
almost
long
there.
until we can talk about Kaoru? How far away are we?
Oh, we're almost there. We're almost at
Okay,
Kaoru.
okay.
Oh man, and Kaoru in the movies is such a different story too. It's so different because Kaoru is like the only one who kind of remembers the original plot,
Right.
and as the movie's happening, he's like acting like this has all happened before, even though things are different. It's so weird. Anyway,
so
It's,
sad.
it's gonna be real good to watch the movies and do the podcast like that week. That's gonna be like
yeah,
insane.
dude, we cannot watch that movie and go less than a week. I mean, more than a week without
No, we have
talking
to like
about the
watch
movies
it and then.
and we need to
Yeah.
watch all 3 movies. Like, we just need to watch all 3.
Yeah, I mean that's
How long? If you did like a trip feature, how long would it be? How long would it take to watch? All
I'd
three?
say maybe 5-6 hours, probably. I don't think they were longer than 2 hours. Some of them are maybe only an hour and a half.
I was gonna pitch that we should just watch them together, but
I'd be down. Hang on. Let's see. Hang on.
but
Let's
that's
see what they're
that.
The first
I don't
one
wanna
called
trap
You
you
Are
guys
Not
for 6
Alone.
hours of the call.
Ava 1.0, You Are Not Alone, with not in parentheses, of course, is about an hour and 38 minutes. Ava 2, You Cannot Advance with not in parentheses, hour 48 minutes. And the final movie, Ava 3.0 plus 1.0, Thrice Upon a Time, is over 2.5 hours long.
holy.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah, so,
maybe
like-
watch 2 by ourselves and the final one together or something.
Do they all need to be watched? Do you need to?
The first one's a
watch-
recap. It's
No,
like
if
a
we're gonna
read.
do the movies, we gotta just watch the movies.
Yeah,
man,
otherwise
I
we'll
feel
get
like.
the you didn't watch the first movie. You're it's mute.
Yeah, you're
But
supposed to watch all of them.
also, if you know,
So,
I'm
right.
sure little things
God.
are different.
Yeah, because the first movie 1.1 or whatever is a remake of the first 6 episodes with plot changes. So
Right.
that are like, anyway, let's just talk
give
about
us the
this
title of
fucking one.
episode 15. Let's hear the title.
Yeah. Episode 15. Those women longed for the touch of others' lips and thus invited their kisses.
It's like a Bring Me the Horizon song name.
Episode 15 is Kaji begins to make clandestine investigations into Nerve's dark side, after which he, Misato, and Ritsuko attend a wedding. Meanwhile, Rei and Shinji stay after class to clean up while Asuka is set up on a blind date by Hikari. Shinji meets Gendo at his mother's grave. Later that night, at Misato's apartment, Asuka kisses Shinji. That's right, she was drunk, I think. Asuka drank some of the beers, which nearly suffocates him, apparently. Misato and Kaji...
bro, take it dumb, bro. It's
right? Like, just kisses, no kisses.
You can't be happy about anything, dude.
I can't have kisses. Oh. Misato and Kaji... I don't deserve to be loved. Misato and Kaji end up rekindling their old romance, but she also discovers he is a double agent sent by as a spy by the Japanese government. Kaji, in turn, reveals to her that Nerve is hiding things from her. He shows her what he believes to be Adam, the first angel, which is being kept deep underneath the Nerve headquarters. Is this the cigarette one where they're like constantly going back and forth fucking and talking? Because I remember like we get a picture of the gun later. and he's like, kill me if you want to. I am a double agent. She's like, give me that dick. I don't really remember like when that
I think
like
that's later.
They're on the streets on this one, right? They're like walking.
I don't know. It says rekindled their romance, so I don't quite remember.
No, yeah, I think that one's later because that was when I was starting to really notice like the frames linger.
The next episode is Splitting of the Breast. A new and extremely bizarre angel, Laeliel, which appears in the sky over Tokyo 3, apparently a black and white sphere. All three Evangelions move into attack, but Shinji's attack is useless, and he, along with Unit 1, are absorbed into a growing shadow that has engulfed the city. Ritsuko determines that Laeliel exists in a higher dimension of existence, which can only be explained by mathematical concepts, which I found fascinating. The shadow on the ground, described as being 600 meters wide but only 3 nanometers thick, is the actual body of the angel, and the sphere in the sky is its true shadow. Fearing Unit 1 has been completely lost, Nerve's prepared to drop all its remaining N2 bombs into the angel, hoping that this will destroy Laeliel, even though it could easily kill Shinji as well. While trapped in Laeliel, Shinji goes on an introspective mental journey. As the battery power completely drains and life support runs out in Unit 1, Shinji suddenly feels a ghostly woman embracing him, and he realizes that she is his mother. Outside Laeliel, Misato and Ritsuko witness Unit 1 violently tear its way out of Laeliel's shadow, thereby killing the angel. Shinji is discovered alive and well, but his experiences inside the angel have left him deeply unsettled. Is this the one where he's on the train, where he's having like weird visions on the train because he's in this is the black orb one where like there's a lot of that camera movement of that fisheye lens towards Shinji a lot in this episode as well.
I was trying to remember if this was the one where just his suit is still in the Eva, like his body is completely disintegrated, and they're like, we could rebuild him, but that's like a few episodes later.
That might be that. I think that's down the road.
But yeah, he gets absorbed by the oil angel, what I called it.
Yep.
Right.
I wrote the hardest scene in the anime with the blood orb, which I'm guessing is when he like cuts himself out of the blood orb. It's like it's in the Chainsaw Man opening as well. They reference this scene. Fucking sick. So good. Like.
That's why this being the very first episode I ever saw of this anime, anime outside of DBZ. You see why this episode was just like it warped my brain in a way that never was undone. I really like the high concept idea of this like a higher dimensional angel that shadow is actually it, and like it's like a weird shadow projection of 3-dimensional space. This is also like this is the one where the show mostly is like the Eva is his mom, or at least part of it, because like the ghost woman hugs him. We can keep moving on. Next episode is Fourth Children. This is where he shows up. Disaster strikes this is not, I think it's almost. Disaster strikes unexpectedly when Nerve 02, Nerve's second branch base in Nevada, mysteriously disappears in a flash, resulting in the loss of everything in a radius of 89 kilometers and thousands of people. The incident coincided with an experiment to install an S2 engine capable of giving an Evangelion an unlimited power supply into Evangelion Unit 04, one of the 2 new Evangelions which have recently finished construction in the United States. Panicking after the accident involving Unit 4, the U.S. government demands that Eva Unit 3, built in Nerve 01, Nerve's first branch base in Massachusetts, be removed from its soil as quickly as possible. As Unit 3 is about to arrive in Tokyo 3, Toji Suzuhara becomes the new pilot. I forgot, Toji happens first before Karu shows up. This is where one of his friends, the guy who originally punched him, becomes a pilot. But it's really just like a long introduction episode of like,
This
here
isn't the
comes
one
the
where he
Eva.
goes monkey mode, is it, and starts tearing him.
No, that's the next one.
Okay.
This
But
is
this
like
is sorry.
No, go, please.
I was gonna say this is the one that I was talking about earlier where when I was like, why the fuck would he still be going to school? This is the one where they explain that literally everyone in his class is a potential pilot.
Yes. Yeah, it's like I forget what they call it, but yeah, exactly that. It's like a school. Yeah, they're actually learning stuff, but it's all secret government program to keep eyes on potential pilots that we could use in the future. And God forbid anybody die. Yeah. So that's it. Ava's on its way. I think it's hinted at that something's wrong with the Ava before the episode ends, but then it ends. Unit 3 in the next episode, Ambivalence. Unit 3 being transported from the United States to Japan via airplane flies through a microscopic angel disguised as an odd cloud, infecting Unit 3. During Toji's first sync test, Unit 3 goes berserk and mutates into Angel Bardiel. Possessing both the power of an angel and the form of an Evangelion, Unit 3 destroys the test facility and advances toward Tokyo 3. All 3 Evangelions are sortied against Bardiel, and the angel rapidly defeats both Unit 2 and 0. Although Shinji does not know that Toji is trapped inside Bardiel, he refuses to use Unit 1 to attack it, wanting to try to save the pilot. As Unit 3 attacks Unit 1, Gendo orders that Shinji be cut off from the control of Unit 1 because he refuses to attack, and that Unit 01's dummy plug autopilot system be activated. Under the control of the dummy plug, Unit 1 savagely attacks Bardiel, tearing the possessed Evangelion to shreds and crushing its entry plug in the palm of its hand.
Insane.
After the
insane scene.
It's a crazy scene, dude.
I like even still up to this point, I'm like, holy shit, like this is really good. Like
yeah, it's savage.
Yeah.
I love the bestial nature they gave the Avas.
Yeah, like
it's
the
just
silhouette as well when he's like tearing it off, and he looks like literally a gorilla, like going after a human or something. It's so brutal.
It's awesome. After the battle, the already emotionally devastated Shinji is even more horrified to see as he sees Toji is taken from the wreckage. Poor Toji, dude. He's like, you're going to be a pilot. Day 1, you're fucked. And that's it. That's your story as a pilot. There's a moment I'm like,
so bad. I feel
it's
so
like,
bad for that guy.
damn, dude. I thought, and I think personally, as like a storyteller, I would have preferred if they killed him in this. Shinji is already beyond fucked up from this point anyway.
Didn't.
Yeah. I feel like it's something
Agreed.
that like a show like this wouldn't have held back on, but I guess they did for some reason. But yeah, I honestly thought he was going to die for sure.
Yeah. And after this is when Shinji is like, no, I quit for real this time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at this point, killing him and not killing him would have resulted in Shinji reacting, I think, the same way for the most part. And like, so just like go through with it instead. Because we almost immediately learned that he didn't die after this. But yeah, killer episode, really cool way to end it. And just being the Shinji freakouts are they're classic. They're annoying, but like him freaking out and being pissed and screaming as he's crying, like props to the voice actors for having to make that. Like, dude, that shit must be so hard. Having to like tap into that kind of emotion in raw anger, sadness all at once. And that's one of the few things about Shinji's character I do appreciate is these moments of just like that raw emotion that he can't hold back and like pure standing up for himself. It's when he stands up for himself. He always gets he has to be pushed to the point of snapping, and then he'll stand up for himself. And those moments are really cool. I appreciate those. But at this point, whatever approval from his father he got is like gone. This is like it lasted so little. Yeah, all that good like, oh, he's gonna get approval and team building stuff's falling apart so fucking fast. We're only a few episodes out now. Introjection is episode 19. Shinji, horrified and emotionally devastated by the battle between Unit 1 and Bardiel and witnessing Toji's near death, as well as Gendo's indifference to the situation, he quits NERV for a second time. However, as he's leaving Tokyo 3, the angel Zuriel appears and easily defeats the other Evangelions. I think he's like, we get shots of him on the street as we see these enormous fights happening, and they're just losing and losing and losing. Zuriel, I gotta look at a picture. I don't remember what Zuriel looks like.
I could not even begin to explain what Zuriel looks like.
Oh, perfect. Zuriel. He's like
a cow, a standing up cow, except instead of an udder, he's got a red orb.
Oh, to me, he looks like animated Saiyan Prince armor.
Yeah, like, no? Oh, I guess the shoulder pads, yeah.
I guess, yeah, that's what I'm seeing.
It's like he's got sleeves there without any arms in them.
Yeah. It's in this episode, as he's going and walking, he bumps into Kaji. And after speaking with Kaji, who reveals the truth as to why the Avas are necessary to combat the angels, namely to prevent them from making contact with Adam and thereby trigger the third impact, which will result in the annihilation of mankind, Shinji returns to Nerve just before the angel penetrates Nerve headquarters and engages the angel in Unit 1. So yeah, we learn why the angels keep attacking Tokyo 3, because if they come into contact with Adam, the third impact happens and the world ends. The angel succeeds in overpowering Unit 1 as its batteries expire and blasts away the Evangelion's chest armor, revealing a core identical to those of the angels. As the angel attacks Unit 1's core, Shinji pleads with the Evangelion to start working again. Unit 1 goes berserk, re-engages and defeats the angel, and then tears apart the angel, and this is the scene where we see it eat the angel's corpse,
Sick as hell.
absorbing its S2 engine in the process, which is it's sick as hell, where it's just like ripping it off like a gorilla every time.
Yeah, it's just so sick. Like I said, like up to, I'm guessing we're getting close to it now. Like I think it's 22-ish is where I started to lose it. But yeah, up to now, I'm still like, yeah, this is like a great show. I get it. But
the episodes after a couple episodes here, they start bunching episodes together because the episodes are multiple parts.
Yeah.
So we got one more solo episode actually. So which is just weaving a story part, a 2 oral stage. During the climax of the massive fight between Angel, Zuriel, and Shinji achieved over 400% synchronization ratio with Unit 1, a level thought impossible. However, because of this, Shinji has merged with the Evangelion, and this is where his body has reverted to LCL inside the entry plug. So his body just became LCL. Over the course of 30 days, as Unit 1 stands immobile in its hangar, Ritsuko struggles to come up with a way to restore Shinji. Meanwhile, Shinji's consciousness goes on an introspective odyssey while merged with Unit 1, in which he comes into contact with the soul of his mother, Yui Ikari.
Oh boy, here we go.
After speaking with Yui, Shinji is then reborn from Unit 1's exposed core. Later that evening, Misato and Kaji resume their love affair. During their meeting, Kaji hands her a chip,
The cigarette scene.
which details all his findings from spying on Nerve, telling her it might be his last gift to her. We're in the endgame now. Yeah, this is the cigarette scene episode where just a cigarette with the same 3 frames of smoke just happened endlessly for 12 minutes. Do you have any notes for this episode, or is it cigarettes?
Is this 20?
Yeah.
20? No, the only thing I wrote how sick the Eva covered in bandages with the mouth and the green eye poking through. That was
this is where I feel like
sick.
Where the creator Hidaki is really getting depressed, and he's starting to explore why he doesn't bother doing anything.
Like the blood and gore, and it starts getting real even darker than it was. But yeah, then obviously it's also getting into just absolute batshit stuff.
Yeah,
you'd have to read up to even understand what's going on.
This is where my memory of episodes becomes blurry. Like all these episodes become all one.
Yeah.
It's like once we get to this point, I'm like, it's all kind of like rapid pace. Then the next episode's called He Was Aware That He Was Still a Child. Deputy Commander Kozu Fuyutsuki is kidnapped and interrogated by SEAL, who are outraged that in its last battle, Unit 1 absorbed the S2 engine from an angel into its body so that it no longer requires an external power source and can now function indefinitely. Meanwhile, Kaji goes AWOL to try and find out the truth about Nerve. As Fuyutsuki is interrogated by SEAL, he recounts in flashbacks how he first met Gendo and Yui, the dark events surrounding Second Impact, and how Nerve and the Evangelion project were born. Flashbacks also reveal the history of Misato, Ritsuko, and Rei. Fuyutsuki is rescued by Kaji, and Fuyutsuki warns him that SEAL will want him dead. That evening, Kaji is shot by an unseen assassin. Misato receives a voicemail from Kaji in which he urges her to continue his search for the truth about Nerve, and from its nature, she deduces that he's dead and breaks down in grief. Kaji gets shot and fucking killed. I think it's where we learned Rei is like a clone, and he has like an aquarium of naked Reis.
Tons of Reis, yeah.
Fucking naked Reis just floating around and they're all smiling and being like, hee hee.
Yeah,
if I all fucking like laughing and being like brainless and like weird. Yeah, no, it's very, very weird. I don't know what to say about it, honestly.
It's like, what can you really say at this point? It's like, I was locked in. Like, I was like, yeah, some anime you can kind of like the love story. I kind of just like had it on and I was doing other stuff. This one I could not do that because every time I looked up, God knows what was
You're
happening.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I had to lock the hell in, and even then I'm like, what? There was Ray and the multiple rays in
Also,
the fish tank.
the Ray fish tank. And if you have anything to say, please interrupt me because I'm just going to keep going through episodes unless you stop me. Episode 22, Don't Be. After being defeated yet again by an angel, Asuka's synchronization ratio continues to drop, affecting her ability. I didn't skip anything, right? Yeah. Her ability to pilot Unit 2. This is depressed Asuka. She basically becomes desynced with Unit 2 and can't pilot it for some reason. Flashbacks reveal this is where Asuka's tragic childhood comes in, where it shaped her current abrasive personality.
I
Her
did
mom was
write
very
down
manipulative.
Oscar yells episode. Yeah.
Yep, a lot of Asuka yelling.
Yeah.
A new angel, Ariel, appears, which is just like just a giant white thunderbird that's like beyond the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It appears in Earth's orbit, well outside the range of any Earth-based weaponry, including Ava's. Asuka is told that she will be raised back up for the confrontation with the angel. Infuriated, she launches herself and confronts Ariel on her own. However, Ariel uses a telepathic attack, which forces Asuka to relive traumatic events from her past, causing such mental distress that Asuka completely loses synchronization and Unit 2 shuts down. Endo orders Rei to retrieve the Lance of Longinus and then use it against the Angel. The Lance succeeds in penetrating Ariel's AT field and destroys it, but the Lance achieves escape velocity and enters a lunar orbit. Asuka is again angered by her defeat, worsened by her hatred of Rei. Yeah, I forgot this is one where they just hurl the Lance into space, essentially.
Yeah, is it Spear of Longinus?
Yep.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, again, cool biblical. I love the biblical lens this series uses throughout.
Yeah, this is also this is the elevator scene. This is the elevator episode.
This is the elevator scene. Thank you. Yes, this is the one where I remember back in the anime club, the head of the anime club during this, he goes, budget was cut. Just like during the fucking episode.
Recently, I thought this was bad, but recently I watched Angel Egg. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. It was from the Ghost in the Shell guy. It was a movie that he made before his career was just stopped for 10 years because of how bad it did. And there was some scenes that made Eva put to shame with how long it like stands on it, to the point it's like there's a bonfire scene where he's sitting at the bonfire literally until the fire goes out. No animation except for the fire flickering. It had to be 12 minutes of just him sitting.
Holy shit.
And it's where he's waiting for the little girl to go to sleep, and I guess we had to see that whole thing. And then the guy next to me, who I went with, he's like, oh, this is when I like AFK in Elden Ring. I'm like, yeah, that's it, but
you're right. Oh, shit. Well, buckle up, because we're about to get into the really uncomfortable parts of this show as we get to the last 3 episodes here.
So, Asuka's basically like catatonic now.
That's the next episode. Yep. Episode Rei 3. Following the last angel's assault on her mind, Asuka sinks into clinical depression. The next angel, Armisael Evangelion, is okay. This is the giant. This is again, this is another pitch white angel that's like a chain link thing. I think it's supposed to look like a halo.
They ran out of budget for those ones.
This is pitch white angel. The next angel Armiel attacks and attempts to merge itself with Unit 0, causing it to make contact with Rei's mind, as past angels did with Shinji and Asuka. In order to save Shinji, Rei self-destructs Unit 0 in order to destroy Armisael. Rei is revealed to be recovered after a supposed near-death experience. Seal, wanting to get to the bottom of the incident, subjects Risco to a humiliating interrogation with Gendo's consent. Wanting revenge on Gendo, Ritsuko betrays him by revealing several dark truths to Shinji Misato about the Avas and Rei, particularly the soulless clones of the latter core forms of dummy plugs. Ava, the Rei clones are the core of dummy plugs. This is the Rei in a aquarium episode. And now Asuka is unconscious. She's gone into clinical depression. The next episode, 24, the beginning and the end, or knocking on heaven's door. As Asuka's depression has grown to the point where she is reduced to catatonia, she runs away from home only to be found by nerve agents in an abandoned house sitting naked in a bathtub. Seal sends Kaoru. This is where Kaoru shows up to Nerve in order to be the replacement pilot for Unit 2. At first, Shinji and Kaoru bond and become best friends and only friends.
Just good friends.
Just friends. That's it. However, it is soon revealed that Kaoru is in fact the final angel. Holy shit, named Tabris, and has been sent to merge with Adam in the terminal dogma. One of my another animation saving moment when he's holding him.
Oh yeah, I think I wrote here. Why is this last frame just sitting here for ages, LeMayo? And also, what's going on? That was my first note for this one. And then the next note is meme of Shinji in the chair, which I guess is a meme. A meme came from the next episode. They lost me, and then just heaps of question marks. And that's the last note I took on Eva.
Kaoru basically hijacks Unit 2. They fight, and they fall down the pit into where Lilith is being held by the Spear of Longinus.
Yes. I was going to say, I did like that they kind of hinted that something was weird about Kaoru because they're doing the same tests with him that they do with all of the other ones, and they're like, wow, he's syncing with it really well. Is that weird? Should we look into that? And they're like, no, don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
No.
We need somebody who syncs well. We're not going to look into it anymore.
And Kaoru the whole time was just like, everything is going to be great. Don't worry about it.
I was like, man.
Yeah, that's the next 2 episodes, dude. Yeah. We're in episode 24 technically right now. But yeah, this is where Kaoru's a cool character. I like him a lot. I love that he's an angel. I love that he seems at peace with it all. And he forces Shinji. He's like, I'm sorry, dude. He's like, I do like you. You are my best friend.
My best friend.
I love you. But in the movie, they're way more forward about the fact that they love each other. Like there's a true love there. And it's so quickly, like it's so fast because it's in the series, right? It's like he shows up, he's really good, and then boom, you have to like end it. And that last scene where he's holding him in his hand and debating when to kill him with like operatic music going on in the background holds for I think 5 minutes total.
Yeah,
until he finally pops his head off. Yep, just holding him dead still frame. And then it cuts to the water, and we just see his head fall into the water, and that is it. And that's it. And that's the end of the episode. And that's the last real episode of Evangelion, because the next 2 are fucking nonsense if you don't really understand what's going on, especially if you haven't seen the movies. Episode 25 is just called Do You Love Me? Like 2 sentences. The Human Instrumentality Project begins, merging the souls of mankind into a single entity. Shinji, Rei, Misato, and Asuka struggle with their reasons for existence. Shinji discovers that he's created a solitary existence for himself, a world in which he alone can exist. That's it. That's episode 25. Because we also learned Gendo has Adam merged into his hand. Like Adam is part of his hand. He's gonna end it all. Last episode, 26, is just called Take Care of Yourself. The Human Instrumentality Project continues as mankind attempts to complete its existence. Shinji continues to struggle with the impact of his personal existence and eventually views a world resembling a light-hearted, comedic high school setting in which he is not an Eva pilot. Shinji, now understanding that his existence is not fixed, destroys the constrictive shell which he had formed around himself. He is met by all the other characters from the series who applaud and congratulate him, and in response, he thanks them all. The end.
Oh, yeah. Is that the clapping that
congratulations, Shinji. Yay, Shinji. We're so proud of you. That's this episode where he understands that this existence is not fixed, which we could talk about quantum realities, but that's for the movies.
These last 2, these last 2
literally that's what the movies address.
Lost me. I was like,
and then I did not care anymore. The insinuation is he did not prevent Third Impact. Third Impact happened.
Yeah.
And that is it. He lost.
Which honestly, I was okay with. I can understand if I was watching this week to week and in the end it was like, and we did nothing about that big thing. You don't even know how it ends. I could understand being very frustrated by that. I think by this point in the story, it's clear that it's not about the Evas versus the Angels. It's not about second or third impact, right? It's about like fucking depression and loneliness and like all of these other things, right? So like, sure, okay. But also still not a satisfying ending is the problem.
You can have spoilers for Final Fantasy VI, but obviously Kefka in the middle wins. and that was like a devastating. You lost. You like the whole world's destroyed. Nothing mattered, and that was like super cool. But even with the same thing here, like you said, that's not what it's about. But yeah, like it could have
No.
even this ending that they had could have been done really well. But like I said, without seeing these like 3 miracle movies that apparently like fix everything.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to
It
say
makes
anything
yeah.
because the movies
No, you
might
should
be.
though. Because when this series came out, there was no movie planned.
That's
Yeah.
that's crazy. That would have set me off the rails.
No, it really feels like the last 2 episodes were like the creator going, I don't know, why do you fucking care? I don't care. Nothing matters. I don't care. Nothing matters. It's over. Don't bother me.
It's like a really good story of like when you start creating something, you're super hyped about it. Like we've all created stuff in the creative process. Start, hell yeah, dude. Midway through, you're still like, yeah, this is going well. And then at the end, you're like, fuck it, just get it over with. Like I'm sick of it. It's too much
just
work.
want it to be over now.
I'm depressed now. Like just get rid of this. So in that way, perfect. It did really well with that.
Episode 24 is, for me, really feels like the last real one. The last 2 are just crazy nonsense. They make more sense in the context of the movies, which you don't have, but that was never the plan.
Yeah.
You know, like this was always like how the series ended, and then the series got popular over time. And he just got successful to the way it was.
Do you remember does the manga end like this?
I honestly don't remember.
No. I'm so curious.
Because obviously it was made afterwards with like he could go back and change it, but it'd be very interesting to see if he just did it again. He got to the end, he's like, oh, fuck it.
Because I did look it up. I don't remember exactly how the manga ends, but I was like, is this the same as the manga ending? And what I wound up stumbling onto, I didn't answer my own question, but what I wound up stumbling onto is there's actually 2 different versions of the ending of the anime.
Yes, you're right, actually.
There's 2 different ends to this anime. And then there's also the ending of the movies, and there's also the ending of
the manga. And the manga itself also ends differently. I just looked it up.
Oh, is that why there's
concludes
a 25 with a little asterisk next to it in the wiki? There's a normal 25 and then a 25.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Asterisk.
The manga itself. The manga itself concludes with the characters' lives after the main conflict, and is like a more traditional they win ending.
Okay.
Which is why the movies, I think, are important, because they keep implying that this keeps happening over and over with slight differences.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it'll be
so
super
that's Ava,
interesting to see
what
we
gotta watch the movies.
watching the movies. And
we've been talking about this shit for an hour and 40 minutes. We gotta wrap this thing up. So Ava is a wild journey. Before we wrap, obviously, what did you guys think overall? Would you recommend it? Would you not recommend it?
Go ahead, dude. What do you think?
I mean, I think much like we've been saying, I think that there are so many amazing moments in this anime. As a full package, I don't know that it holds up as a full package.
We skipped the part where Shinji becomes a sexual offender, like where he jerks off on her unconscious corpse.
Yeah. Right.
So
that's next episode. We'll cover that next episode. Another hour and 40 minutes.
We literally skipped over that. But like,
bonus Patreon episode.
All 3 of us were like, anyway.
I was like, that was the last 2 episodes. That was an episode like 25, 26, or 24. It was like those last 3 episodes were like, also Shinji just like decides to jerk off on her comatose body for some reason. I don't understand.
So coming off that one,
would you recommend
do
the
I
show?
recommend it? As without the movies, obviously.
Just the series.
I didn't. I really enjoyed the first 19, 20 episodes. But no, it's kind of like the thing with the Game of Thrones. How like can you recommend it just because the start is so good and then it fucks up at the end? I still would because of I still really enjoyed the first 19 episodes, but you just got to know that it takes a nosedive and like it could be fixed with movies, but with just the series, like it's not getting into my top 10 anime of all time, that's for sure. But I'm glad I watched it, so I can say that I've watched it and I got that experience. But I'd recommend it with that caveat that do not expect a good ending.
No. Yep. I'm too biased. Obviously it means a lot to me. I would recommend it, but obviously it gets really fucked up. Next series we're watching before we're gonna kick ourselves out of here is Mob Psycho.
So that's the long one.
Watch...
That's 24
Oh,
episodes.
right. What's our next
we need
short
a short one as well. Yeah. Any recommendations? Because I think Mob was me.
If we wanted to do a newer one, how many episodes are there of Gachiakuta? That's airing or just aired? Hold on.
Gachiakuta. Season 1 season. I don't care about the characters.
Looks like
19?
there are 19 episodes, which could be manageable.
Yeah.
Is it done though?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It was very weird.
The latest episode was like last week.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's not done yet. So we shouldn't do that.
Shit. We'll find something. You want to do something? Oh no, I think we talked about it. We can do something really fucked up, but short.
Unlike this episode.
Go on.
Serial Experiments Lane.
This.
We could do. It's 10 episodes. No, it's what? It's 13 episodes. Is that too long?
No, I feel like.
I mean, that's about the length of most short ones, right?
We have a limited.
Let's get the weird.
We have a limited amount of Mathis recommendations, so we may as well use them.
Yeah, that's true. Do we want to smash them all together? I don't know.
It's called Serial Experiments Lane.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
13 episodes. We'll crush the 2 weird ones that I have on my list
we got
back to back and be done with it.
The weird Mathis shit, and we got the fucking peak Mob.
Yeah, and then we'll go back to normal for a long time. These are my only 2 recommendations we've done.
Dan 2 is just something I really want to watch.
It's coming,
as well.
yeah. Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, Dan wants to. All right, so we'll go with Serial Experiments Lane then?
Yeah, we'll do that's our short.
Sure.
And yeah, Mob season 1
done.
for
and then some Mob Psycho in the background as well as a long one.
So good.
Thank you all so much for waiting 5 months. We'll be back in 6 months from now. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time on Anime Cult. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.